Hey guys, Wolvie here and welcome back to the channel. As always, the usual disclaimer, any opinion here is mine and mine alone. And before I go any further here, you're kind of wondering, Wolvie, why did you cut off all your hair? So, in recent times, to explain the haircut here, a friend of mine has recently been diagnosed with cancer. I wasn't told the type, but it is a confirmation that a friend of mine has recently been diagnosed with cancer. So, for those who are curious about the whole head thingamajig, sometimes cutting off all your hair is a means to show solidarity and support to those who are battling cancer, who have fought cancer regardless of the results, whether they won or lost their battle. But yes, a friend of mine recently has been diagnosed with cancer, and I took off all of my hair to show my support of my friend. So, to the buddy, I hope you kick cancer's ass. In all seriousness. Now, for this particular video, part of it is of this guy over here. So, and by that, it's a video log. Now, for those of you are wondering the nature of this particular video log, it is a life update. It's pretty major, so you might want to sit back, relax, and enjoy the fireworks, so to speak. So, for me personally, I've been dealing with a varying amount of health issues on and off lately. So it's like I've been laying low to take care of myself, to focus on my health, which is perhaps the most important thing. Now, regarding my job, you guys may know I work for UPS, and you also know that UPS is shutting down buildings, and along with that, laying off personnel. Now, the bad news here, in a sense, is that my location is one of those locations that's getting shut down. And the good news is that I will still be with UPS come after late June. That's all you need to know. So yes, I'm still with UPS despite the my location being shut down late June. Regarding this guy over here, over there, for Sandy, he does need a couple of his back teeth, and this is as far as I know. So a couple of his back teeth does need to get extracted. I have a GoFundMe that is active. I will have the GoFundMe link in the description below, so that way, if you're unable to financially donate to the cause, I ask everybody to share it at the very minimum. Because raising awareness of the matter, to me, is more important than donating. If that makes any sense. Now, this particular video log, I'm going to try to keep it a little on the short side, so that way I get to, catch up as much as I'm able to. So the life stuff, I've been focusing on my health, which also includes the whole thing with me wearing eyeglasses instead of contacts. I've been dealing with, I'm not entirely sure if it's pink eye or an eye cold. The latter does exist, folks. Eye colds do exist. You just have to look it up, look into the symptoms, all that stuff. So I am recovering from the whole eye thing, which is why I'm wearing my glasses since Friday. Because yesterday, I had a real hard time with my eye, being able to open, stay open, blah, blah, blah. So, and then in the recap on the hair, it's to show solidarity with those who are fighting cancer, as well as those who have fought cancer in the past. So regarding, let me check the time real quick. So regarding some upcoming videos, I had to really take my time here. And before I go further, I forgot to mention with the whole thing with my work. Yes, I'm still with UPS. And I'm going to be going back to working Tuesday through Saturday. So when it comes to videos being filmed, I may have a little bit more time to do so in certain regards. And the main filming will probably be back to Sundays and Mondays, in which in a way it's a bit of an advantage for me overall, in my personal opinion. So that's on that. So regarding some of the future videos, I do have one like that's tied to Reddit real quick, and it's on Final Fantasy Brave Exvius War of the Visions. The super brief thingamajig tied to that, and I'm going to mention it here, is that War of the Visions is going to be JP only, just like regular FFBE. And this is along with Final Fantasy Record Keeper, because I do have a few thoughts on that. So that's that. Another video I'm going to be thinking about in the future is doing a bit of a comparison contrast between two cat cafes. One of them is going to be here in the Chicago area. The other one I went to back in early April called Meowtropolitan. And the thing is with this, so that way you guys get to see what I like, which one I think is better, so on and so forth. Regarding anything beyond that for future content that the channel is going to be up in the air. Another live potential update is going to be actually no wait, I actually do have a video I actually really need to film, and that is upgrading Odin, because the thing is with Odin that I have right now, I am going to be selling it to somebody I work with. His situation, I'm not going to go into much detail here, but I will say it is somewhat heartbreaking for me, and like to even know any part of it. So that way, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So beyond like the content, I honestly don't know, but I do have an idea in the sense of like, quote unquote, making extra money without becoming a partner here on YouTube. Now, debating on making Woolly Studios proper LLC, and that's because I do build custom computers, and I also write fan fiction as a bit of a hobby. Now, if you are if you guys have any ideas as to like whether or not I should do a proper LLC, just send me a comment, you know, suggestions I can work with. For those of you also know, I also have a Ko-fi account, and I'm probably going to do like commissions for fan fiction because I write creatively, and I want to make sure, you know, I get, you know, some feedback on that before I give not only the commissions for Ko-fi the green light, but also put the green light on creating Wolvie Studios as a proper LLC. For those of you who don't know what an LLC stands for, and I could be wrong on the translation, that is limited liability company. People have seen a small number of my Instagram posts where I put the phrase and put it in a hashtag of some sorts, Wolvie Studios, Wolvie being my nickname. And for those of you who are wondering the $1 million questions, why do you have people call you Wolvie, is that when it comes to my real name, people very often tend to get it wrong. I get called the wrong name, and I have to politely correct them in the sense of if I don't know them well enough. If I know you well enough and it's like calling me the wrong name is an inside joke, I will go along with it. But only if I know you really well. So on that, so like I said, for future YouTube content, you could probably tell since it's going to be somewhat sporadic, but it's for a good reason. It's just I don't have many ideas. So I do have a Reddit thingamajig tied to Final Fantasy Brave Exvius War of the Visions, going to be JP only. I have a comparison contrast for a couple of cat cafes. One of them being in Chicago, which I had to make the appointment first before I get like a good review for that going, compared to Meowtropolitan, which is in Seattle, and I visited Meowtropolitan in Seattle when I was in Seattle in April. So that's that, and then I have to do an upgrading Odin video for like that part of that playlist, and the thing is with Odin, like my computer, the one that gave me a lot of headaches building over the past few years, it's like I am selling it to somebody I work with, and to the whole thing with that is, again, his situation is heartbreaking, to put it lightly. I just don't want to go public with the information out of respect for that person. Regarding the hair, like I said, it is in solidarity and support with those who have battled cancer and those who are battling cancer right now. Because cancer sucks. And no one deserves to have cancer. Then people are saying, oh, you control how you get illnesses. Is like, it's not always the case. Because when it comes to varying illnesses, in my personal opinion, sometimes it's hereditary. There's not much you could really do to prevent illnesses from happening. Sometimes it is like lifestyle choices, but it's not each and every time. And people need to understand that above everything. And like I said in the description below, I do have a GoFundMe tied to this one right over here. Between the GoFundMe funds itself and some outside funds being raised, I am a little, it's pretty close to the halfway mark. It's set at $500 because, to be on the safe side, amongst everything. So that's that on that. I don't think I have anything else to say in this video, so I'm done. With Wolfie here, signing off. I will catch you all on the flip side.